Rage on that beat, going crazy.
That's a pretty good part. Nick, welcome to Lingfield.
Thank you.
And what not terrible time in terms of the golf course, but what a terrible time we've had for the first 5 holes.
I started off alright, but you've been constantly bad, haven't you?
Yeah. So we are at Lingfield in the 3rd episode of the Links Advisor Challenge. First 5-star rating.
Yeah.
Clubhouse and Facilities. Now you know this better than me because I haven't been here before.
Yeah, Clubhouse is good.
Yeah.
Clubhouse is really nice to be fair. You sit outside and sort of overlook a race course and golf course.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Like I've said to you before, we do for Angelo or the Forester's landlady for her birthday, we generally come to this golf course, do 18 holes, something to eat, shower, then go to the race course for the evening. There's always a tribute act on afterwards.
Yeah.
So it's always been a fun place to come.
Out of 5?
Out of 5, I'd say it's really high. I'd go with 4. Go 4 stars again because there's a couple of clubs that we know are that little bit, with sort of like the stuff they've got in the club elves and blah blah blah. So yeah, I'd go as high as can be as 4.
Cool. So without actually being in the clubhouse before and knowing the facilities, I'll give it a 4. I saw that they got a nice driving range. They got good putting area, the setting's nice, the clubhouse looks quite grand, so on that case I'll go with Nick and I'll say 4 as well. Right, second 5-star rating, course condition. Tricky one, I think.
Yeah, so like look that way. Stunning.
Yeah. It's nice.
But then when you get up close with a couple, like the fairway on the fairway on the last, wasn't it? We said that you'd have to play pick and place all year, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So it's sort of a bit hit and miss maybe. Again, I don't know, but knowing the course, I'd give it 3 stars at the moment. But again, is that after the lockdown thing? Did they have people here? Blah blah blah. So because of that fairway and one of the ones beforehand, I'll give it 3 for now. But then I'm sure they can improve on that quite easily.
So I will go with 2 stars on the basis of greens are really good, tee boxes are okay, fairways are patchy, get good ones, get bad ones. But you also, the bunkers and that, a lot of them have got grass growing through it. Now, most of them are fairway bunkers, so maybe they've kind of in the lockdown not worried about them as much. But it's a 2-star for me, but it could easily be a 3-star with a little bit of care, a little bit of growing and a little bit of cutting. But like I say, the greens are really good. The greens are probably up there with some of the best running that we've played, maybe not the fastest, but definitely the best running that we've played this year. So 2-star, but has a lot of potential to easily become 3 with a bit of TLC. So.
think we missed it.
Now Nick, value for money. So we've paid £18 for this round. What would you call that in terms of value for money?
Yeah, really good. Really good, to be fair. So it's like we were saying earlier about like £1 a hole.
Mm-hmm.
If you play £1 a hole on a Saturday, what time did we tee off? 12?
10 to 1.
Did we tee off? It was about half 12.
Yeah, about half 12ish.
Went earlier, didn't we? So yeah, can't complain. I think it's the best one we've had value for money so far. I think it's better than, for the money, it's better than Pedham and Tudor Park at the moment for me. So yeah, it's right up there with 5 at the moment, I think. Yeah, definitely.
So I'll go with 5 stars as well. I think any time you play, like Nick said, £1 a hole, I don't really think you can complain too much, no matter what condition the course is in. Like I said earlier, the course condition was only a 2, but when you're only paying £18, I think that says a lot, and I think it's good value for money. I'm not sure what they normally charge here. We got it on the Golf Now app for £18, but even the pro was surprised when we said we paid 18 quid. So, but yeah, 5 stars for both of us for value for money. Enough moment, didn't you? That's all right. What's wrong with that?
Where's the green?
Straight through there. Go again. So I wasn't in position for my zooming anyway, so I wasn't in position for my zooming anyway. But I could have zoomed that. It's catching a piece. I think it's catching the green.
How many Salah scored?
Every time I turn this on to do this, but you're always on your phone. Every time.
Because every time
Disaster.
we do it, it's when we're waiting. So your conversation revolves around the camera. So.
Right, 4th question. Interesting one today, I think.
Yeah.
Course level of difficulty. So.
What, judging by the way we played or the actual course?
Well, I mean, through your experience and through the way you've played today.
I've always said it's tough here.
Yeah.
I'd probably go for 4 star.
Right.
Just because some of the par 3s are very enclosed, so you've got to be straight. The contours, like looking back on that one, if you don't, you've got to have a good idea or a rough idea of where you're going.
Yeah.
If not, you're in a lot of trouble. So I think the course protects itself a hell of a lot. So yeah, 4 I think.
Okay. So I will go with a course level of difficulty of 4. I'll go with 4 as well. It's quite tight, it's quite finicky. I'd imagine that you can get it around here in a decent number if you know where you're going, but the fact that I haven't played here before, I found it really tough. Don't really feel comfortable on most of the tees. Like Nick said, a lot of the holes are quite enclosed, and being in shoots for tee shots is quite normal here. So you feel a bit of pressure on the actual tee, and put that with not knowing where you're going. I found it pretty tough today. So I'd say a course level difficulty of 4, not because of length or anything like that, but just how precise you have to be off the tee and how easily you can get into trouble. So yeah, and the fact that I've lost 4 golf balls today probably helps that course.
Gotta get it there.
Jesus Christ.
Sit down.
Oh, you go. That's a nice little shot. Got that. Right, last question, Nick. Likeliness to recommend?
Yeah, 100%. 5 star.
5 star.
Yeah, no question. Yeah, it's something that it's a place that I wanted to come to, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I always would do. I'd always recommend it here, but with the racing afterwards.
Racing afterwards, especially on the rates that we got it at today.
Definitely.
So I'll give this a 4 star on likeliness to recommend. So, like I say, with the rates that we got today and everything that it gets, I think £18 for everything that you get, I think is worth it. The slight course condition is maybe something that would put me off a little bit, but I think overall it's pretty much a 4 star. So what I'll do now is we'll just finish off this round. We've just got to play 18, and then I'll go home, get all the figures up, and then we'll compare it to see how it compares to Tudor Park and Pedham. Yeah. My finishing positions are something to look at today, Jesus.
I'll give you a par.
Cheers. It was a par. Before you give me a par, it was a par. So the numbers, how did Lingfield stack up compared to Tudor Park and Pedham Place? Lingfield done very well. I was very impressed with Lingfield, the layout, the customer service, although we're in a lockdown kind of thing, the way the course is set out, the value for money. I think that Lingfield had probably the full package and probably the best that we've experienced so far in this Links of Visor series. So Nick scored Lingfield 21 out of 25, which I think is one of the highest that we've had so far. I also scored it 19 out of 25. So Nick, crunching that down to a 5-star rating, Nick rated Lingfield 4.2 out of 5 and I rated it 3.8 out of 5. So very high ratings. That gives an overall rating of Lingfield of 8 out of 10, adding our scores together, which is number 1 compared to Tudor Park and Pedham Place. So Tudor Park was 7.6 out of 10 and Pedham Place was 6 out of 10. So like I said earlier, I think value for money was the big thing here. I mean, paying £18 for that round is always going to be worth the money, but it's also a very good offer and something that they've maybe done to try and encourage people to come in. I had a look later, and the typical round for that, typical price for that time is £25. So we got it £7 cheaper using the Golf Now app, and we've just booked our next round as well, which I'll keep a secret. And obviously the next episode will be up probably in a couple of weeks because we're going to be playing a week from tomorrow. So let me know in the comments if you've played Lingfield. Do you think we was fair? Do you think we overrated the course, underrated the course? Is there bits? Maybe I was a bit harsh on the course condition. Maybe I could have given it a 3-star like Nick did, but I think it's only fair that I take the ratings that I've done on the day and not when I get more time to think about it. And also let me know in the comments below if there's any courses that you want us to do in this Links of Visor series. We're based in the southeast of England, but we can maybe go to sort of Surrey, Essex kind of way if there's a course around there that you'd like us to do. I know some people have written some courses on previous videos and we will get round to playing them. But just at the moment with the lockdown stuff, we're not tied to where we are, but we want to try and stay local-ish because obviously we have other bits going on. And as always on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell notification. Like I say, any comments, I'll get back to you. And I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. See you later. Bye.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.